Welcome to P Breakdown, July 20, March 27th, Friday. The last week, I think. Yeah, last week of March. So, again, remember we were talking about Monday, huge news candle. We were still inside of it, so we're ranging. You're not going to expect price to move a lot. Once we finally broke out of it, you can see the second we broke out of it, took out all this low right here. And then the second we took it out, Trump started speaking, coincidentally. Started speaking about some BS, whatnot, whatever. And we just pumped crazy. And then we took this out right here. Sniped it out literally at 4 p.m. when Trump talked at 1 p.m. Or these accumulation at 1 p.m., right? So Asia opened. We just rebounds up back up to this wick. You can see price come back inside the wick. The CE of it, and give you a nice reaction. An order block rebalance. Starts to place it away. It's around like London timing as well. Around like 2 a.m., 2:30 ish. London opens, continues lower, literally starts displacing lower. Your only DOLs are on the left, so you're gonna have to like go on the lower time frame and just start marking them out. So you have this low from September. Alright. Boom. And then this draw right here from August as well. These are like the most prominent draws where price could react from. Obviously you're not expecting price to dump all the way down, but shit, price could do whatever it wants. Alright. Even July lows, and we even have a bit more accumulation here, and finally June lows. Damn, price moved a lot. Back to the 5 minute. Back to the 5 minute. Obviously, London continuations. Okay, I think we had a. Where is it? Damn, bro. I know there was SFT here somewhere, but it was like more of internal. Since we're in a continuation, you're not expecting price to make like an external SFT or like huge manipulation to continue price. All you need is just internal manipulation to continue. Especially when you have like high of the week, you can literally guess like this is high of the week the way price is trading down. You're not gonna see a full on 800 900 point reversal all the way back up here. No, you can literally just assume high of the week price is trading away. All right. So when price makes high of the week, it can literally keep going down. Do accumulation, come up, give you like turtle soup or SFT, and then continue going lower. Like that's the type of total manipulation you need for just price to continue. So right here, for example, at 4 p.m. when we swept this low, obviously it was a nice reversal to see if price was gonna reverse, but price wicked it up, took out this accumulation, all this accumulation right here, and from here, Asia opens, we rebound side the wick, and then we just start going lower. So once you woke up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever, you're on the charts, you're looking, you see like, okay, we failed to go higher and we're going lower. What DOLs are there? So the first DOL right here, this one got smacked. It got taken out. It gave you a reaction, but we went right past it. Second one was right below you at right here from I think September. I don't feel like checking, I'm not gonna lie. But this is your next DOL you're referring to, right? And you're just drawing it out, you're marking it out and seeing how price is reacting to it. Alright. Let me find it where we made the SFT. I know we made SFT somewhere, bro. This high, okay, unfortunately price did not take this high out, right? Obviously it would have been nice if price at least took it out, but you're reacting to what price does and what price gives you. You're not really just gonna sit still, open your mouth. You're ready for price to like take out a significant or like a specific piece of structure, because generally price could have came up, took this out, dumped, went high, maybe even took this out, then went lower. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been nice if it took all this out right here, but we gotta react to what price gives us. So before 9:30 even opens, it takes out this high, and it even gives you SFT. Boom, boom. You get SFT turtle soup right here. Okay, yes, not dig that deep, but NQ dug really deep, and it even rebounds into this order block. But this order block was not made out of manipulation, but you can still see that like, okay, price did rebalance into a PD array, even though it's not like made out of manipulation. Still giving you a clue like to see what price rebounds into. Nonetheless, after price took it all out, 9:30 opens, we see displacement lower. Alright, you're not really taking anything here because like all this accumulation below you had this accumulation below you at 9:10. You're not really expecting to take longs here because we're in the middle of nowhere. If you look to your left, we're legit in the middle of nowhere, right? Like price can literally sweep this low, come near it, revert, whatever. We're in the middle of nowhere. There's legit not much to go off of, compared to up here where we have like external targets where if price swept it, give you a nice reversal or like a rebalance up. You know what I'm saying? But here, you're legit just looking for bear continuations. Let's go lower, let's go lower, let's go lower. As you can see, price is bearish. It's legit. It made a low, rebalances, goes lower. It makes a low, rebalances, goes lower. You know what I'm saying? So you're seeing a pattern in the market, so you're not really expected to take reversals. There's not much confirmation. Alright? Price is legit is building bearish like order flow. And is giving you these internal manipulations to continue going lower. Alright? So after 930 opens, you see clean displacement, displacement lower. Alright? 933, again, we get near this low, we didn't take it out. But price finally takes it out at 935. Okay, 934. We take it out, you're seeing a reaction, alright? Reason why DRD was not valid here. Why? Because this is the SIBI that displaced us through this low. Do we see price rebalance inside the SIBI? Okay, cool, you could say this is a rebalance, alright, this tiny wick. But where's the displacement after it? You can't predict where displacement will come out. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure it's recording. Okay. You can't predict where the displacement is coming. You have to wait for it. Alright, if you're trying to enter shorts right now after this rebalance, thinking that, okay, we're going to go lower. Let me target at least like 1-to-1, whatnot. Next candle opened, you're trying to predict the displacement, boom, instant SL. Alright, so from here, scrap the shorts. Shorts at the very bottom were garbage. If you took like 931 or 930 shorts from like up here, off this manipulation, understanding like, okay, this manipulation will play out to the very bottom right here. Shorts were valid here, but they were really risky. I would not prefer you guys to trade near 930, especially in these conditions. So if you didn't take shorts in here, it was still valid, it was still fine, nonetheless. Alright, again, after we sweep this low, what do you see price do? It starts slowing down, it starts giving you a fat displacement candle. Alright, we didn't get a rebalance inside of it, because as you can see, this is still like the Fibonacci gap or the SIBI or whatever, right? At least price did not touch into it, like it didn't dig into it. So I'm not really expecting any of these to be like displacement DRD, no, because this is all chop, this is all weak. And the next thing we're referring to for like a SIBI or like if we're gonna see continuation shorts would be like up here, seeing how price is reactive from here. Alright, what was I about to say? So longs here, if you took longs of just this price sweeping this low, giving you this fat displacement, inversing the SIBI right here, enter here, stop loss at the low, these longs were valid, I'm not gonna lie. But again, what are you targeting? What could you target? Either this SIBI, the CE of the SIBI, or the very high up the very high up here. Obviously, you would have closed it after you see this weak reaction from it and price starting to reject whatnot. But nonetheless, I'm not gonna lie, entries here were kind of iffy, not much to take. All right, here, if you're referring to the SIBI, seeing how price was rebalancing into it, and then you're seeing a quote unquote displacement, it was invalid. Why? Because we didn't see any strong candle closure displacement. This displacement compared to this, which one would you rather take when you're trying to look for a trade? Obviously, this bullish one right here. When displacement looks like this, it's when it's clean, when it's pure. This is like true displacement. When you have wicks on both ends and the candle is closing slowly, then you're in the wrong trade. Alright, anticipate price to either manipulate you, stop you out, or do some fuck shit to you. So these type of displacement, I don't want you guys taking. Take more of these true displacement where price is opening, displacing really nicely and fast. Some cases where the candle does open and starts displacing really clean and fast, but at the very end it closes like a wick. Those are unfortunate. For those type of trades, you either just have to react to close your trade early, okay, or you just firm it, you accept the risk, you be like, alright, I don't care if I hit TP or SL. If it stops me out, it stops me out. If I hit CP, it hits CP, then that's fine, completely fine. After you see price is rebalancing inside the BSC and it's slowing down, you see this doji candle wick. The second you see price starts to open and start displacing again, alright, it's valid for you to enter longs now because you're seeing rebalance inside the BSC after we swept this low. You could say this is internal manipulation, even though it went a little bit past. So after you see this wick, price displaces past it, you can enter off the candle displacement past it against stop loss here or stop loss at the rebalance, and you're TP out 1-to-1 since it's like Friday. So if you entered anywhere on this candle, alright, 30 points or 1-to-1 would have been hit if price did not react off the order block up here that was made from the manipulation. So let me work it out. Boom, boom. So after you see prices slowing down at the order block, okay, and you're just looking at ES. Never mind, we're just chopping down. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Same thing for ES. Once you see both pairs rebalance inside of the order block, alright, and they're both slowing down, be careful. One, you have to close your trade. Okay, you either slap on break even and you target that high up there. So even if price was to come back in reverse, it would stop you out at break even. You would not take that sell. Okay. Or you can close it in profit once you see price slowing down and it's reacting from the order block. So even if we have like DRD past it, you're still able to re-enter and still take a valid entry. All right. But here, if you took longs here, nothing wrong with that. They're still valid. But overall, you just have to react to what's going on here. Okay. And what we were reacting off of mainly was just legit this order block on the left that was made from the SFT and the turtle soup. So if we mark it out, you can see price came back, perfectly tapped it, the CE of it, and from here started giving you shorts. But we'll get into the shorts later. Somebody took longs up here at the very top, right? They waited for like candle closure, went not past this high on the left, which was still understandable in these conditions. You want to wait for candle closure, okay? But if you took longs up here and you were like targeting this high up here, barely like 30 points, it's best for you to sit this trade out. Because one, we are so close to a PDRA that was made from manipulation, a high that was like at 930, you know, that price traded away from. So price can either respect it and continue going lower, or price could disrespect it and continue going higher. Either way, it's best for you to be patient in these type of conditions, especially on Friday. You don't know what price could do, okay? But the best way to avoid trades like this where you enter at the very top of the range, you know, let's say stop was really nice too as well, you're hoping DRD. To not get inverse, you legit just be patient and wait for price to take it out. Because one, if price takes it out and you see a fat BISI displaces through it and you see a rebalance, and then you can catch the displacement again. And if you look to your left, you can have a bunch more targets to like, a bunch more liquidity to target compared to like, for example, if you just long at the very top right here, hoping that price will just take it out since we're so close. Price is not guaranteed to hit something even if we're so close to it, even a DOL. Price can literally edge it and reverse off of it. We have seen that so many times, right? So it's best for you to be patient. Wait for price to take it out. Either catch the continuation or the reversal, whichever one it presents. Okay. But after we bounce back inside this order block, alright, what do you see? Price starts displacing lower. Okay. Off this displacement candle, if you had the conviction saying, okay, we rebalance, order block, whatever, let me re-enter again. Shorts off this candle closure, stop loss at the rebalance again. You could target this internal low or this low right here. Valid, 100%. You could have taken that if you had conviction, especially since yesterday we had similar order block trade play out. So they're popping up a lot and they're really nice. So if you're expecting the same thing to happen, you could have entered, targeted this low, TP would have been hit, smacked. Cool. After we inverse this BISI with speed and efficiency, as you can see, it's displacing really like fast. You can legit enter, stop loss at the high of it. All right, 30 points. Again, targeting 1-to-1, or you could have targeted this candle closure at the bottom, or this low right here at 936. You could have targeted that as well. All right, cool. If you're waiting for a rebalance or even more displacement, DRD, whatnot. If you see prices displacing through this internal draw really fast, and you were waiting for that candle closure, you could have entered here. Your stop loss would have been cooked, but you have to accept the risk since you entered late. So stop loss above the candle right here. Right now, it's fine to put it above the body. Why? Because it's a huge displacement. If price is going to look to dig deep, it's going to just to look completely inverse. Alright, so even if you put it at the wick high, it's still going to get stopped out. So it's best to, instead of going for 53 points, you can save yourself an extra 10 points by just targeting the body. That's only when the displacement candle is huge, like very huge, okay? Regular conditions, stop loss has to be above the candle displacement, alright? We're concluded. So you enter here, targeted this internal draw, 1-to-1, would have been hit still. If you were waiting for price to take it out, rebalance this place away, same thing. Again, price took this out, alright? Displace it, displacing again. So you can literally just enter right here. Even though you don't have a clean rebalance, nothing to refer to, it's not like a clean BISI you could refer to. Price is giving you internal continuations, like it's breaking through it. So you could have entered here. Again, stop loss at this high up here, at this candle high, or even above the candle that displaced us through the DOL. And you're targeting either 30 points 1-to-1 or this draw right here if you did have it marked out. And as you can see, price took it out. After it took it out, again, just rebalance back up here. Around 10 a.m. there's legit not much to take because this is all chop. If you try to basically trade in here, you can't really take anything because it's like legit pure chop unless you like took this displacement after price displaced past that high. You enter on the candle closure, stop loss below here or here, either or would have been valid, and you're targeting like 1-to-1. But this is like a really choppy trade, and I don't want you to trade this type of stuff, okay? 1040, 1045, again, as you can see, we did sweep this low right here, but let me mark it out. we swept that low, okay, but look at the reaction we're getting. It's chopped, it's slowing down, it's bar coding. So one, you can expect two things: price to resweep it, or price to start displacing hard away and then looking for a rebalance into the range. Then you're taking continuations. But price nicely reswept it at 1046, and then what do you see immediately after the manipulation? Clean displacement up even past this wick up here. So if you entered here or anywhere on this candle, as long as you had your stop loss below right here, it would have been valid, and you're targeting internal draws because it's Friday, remember. So this wick up here would have been valid, 1-to-1 would have been valid, and if you targeted this up here, which would have been obviously you can see how price played it out, but after you see price dig really deep, rebalance and starts trading off like this, you would have just have to target that high right here, this internal high that we set in. So something like this, if you de-risked and you were like trying to target this high, but you see price displace past this high, starts rebalancing, chopping up slowly, and just legit target that internal again. So that's pretty much it for the trades you could have taken today. It was a legit chop. Obviously, then again, price came back around 11:20, rebalanced back inside this quote-unquote order block. You can say it's an order block if you mark it out like this, or just that candle alone. Price rebounds back inside of it. Again, gave you more displacement, but we're still bearish overall. So even if it's displacement, remember higher time frame or the 5-minute, 15-minute, you can see we're legit building bearish order flow to continue going lower to our draws. Especially since this draw from what day was that? From August. So from August 1st, low of the month, where we dumped like how many points I remember on this day? 1,000 points. If price swept that low out and it didn't give you a strong reaction, what makes you think we're gonna continue going higher? You know, you're gonna see a continuation going lower. You know, we might even like continue even going down here. You know what I'm saying? Sweeping all that accumulation out, or even down here, all the way down here. You know, so obviously, if you look at it, this is all chop, this is all accumulation above us, but price is looking to manipulate before going back up higher. So bullish. So I'm expecting either like April or May we start heading back up to all-time highs. You know, sweeping a DOL, rebalancing, going higher, sweeping DOL, rebalancing higher. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. We finally broke out of that range, and this fat news candle range. Like I said in the other group call, we'll go back to like not ranging, but nice displacing conditions once we break out of this range. So once we broke out of that, obviously at the end of Thursday, nice clean displacement, and we dumped how many points from like that? So another 700 points, which is clean. All right, any questions about pay breakdown before I get into trade reviews? Nope. But does it make sense though? Overall, the P breakdown and overall price action for you guys this week. Maybe we'll see, because we can literally open up Monday, gap up, sweep that accumulation and continue going lower, or we could just go lower, continue going lower. So we have to see and react. But I'm not gonna look to trade Asia, you know, especially these Asias. It's best for you to trade London, because a lot of people thought we are gonna pump up in Asia, and as you could see, legit nothing happened. London gave you the move lower. All right. How can you identify order blocks that aren't formed from manipulation? It's a 2-candle pattern, like the ICT order blocks. Those are the most normal ones you can identify. So let's go over to London ones. So like London one, the candle before the bearish one that made the manipulation, or just legit, it's a 2-candle pattern. That's why there's order blocks everywhere in the market. Every 2 candles is an order block. So this is an order block right here. Okay, this is an order block right here. There's order blocks every 2 candles. There's like an order block, right? To differentiate from them, order blocks at highs and lows of ranges, those are really nice to like look at. So for example, this one, you know what I'm saying, if you go on the 15-minute or 5-minute even, you could see you even have order blocks on that higher time frame as well. So like even this on the 5-minute, mark it out, boom, you can see your price rebounds into it, you know. Same thing in this one. Delete this. Boom. Same thing, you can see price did rebound into this order block, but it's not made out of manipulation, so it's riskier. How do we know that price will manipulate lows more than one time? Because sometimes I enter off a minute, then reminip the low to go higher on like Thursday. Why did we reminip? Why did we not reminip the low? What? I bet that trade I'll see you, bro. And yeah, I got you. Do you know when the market conditions will be low probable for the incoming days and week? Yeah, when we have a lot of accumulation for the week. Okay, John, for this Thursday, let's go over Thursday real quick. Thursday was clean. I remember I took a trade on Thursday. Right here. Alright. It's about the reaction, bro. Why would price respect this manipulation and its accumulation? Think about it. Why would price not come back and sweep all this accumulation out? How many people do you think are in longs right here? Think about all the retail traders that are in this long right here. Why would the market makers or the people that are controlling the markets not want to come back and take all of them out before actually going in their direction? Think. Alright, this is all chop. This is all retail people. People are entering to enter and they're trying to make money. Okay? Market makers, Jeffrey Epstein, they don't want you to make money, bro. They're gonna look to stop you out. So when you try to enter longs, all this is like this is all liquidity. This is fresh liquidity in the market that price can use to inject the orders in and reverse price. Okay? So when 9:30 opens, guess what happens to all the people that are in the longs thinking we're gonna continue pumping up and take out all this accumulation above us? Immediately they got stopped out. Boom. After they get stopped out, then what happens? Actual longs. Because right here, what do you see price do inside the SIBI? Alright? Even though you think we're bearish, price is legit chopping. It's legit weak. Why do you want to see continuation shorts when you see like chop like this? Alright? That's how you know price is going to look to manipulate the nearest low or high before continuing or reversing. That's why price swept this, gave you that longs. And overall, the reason why we stopped longing is because what? Look at London. London, everything else was balanced out. You have this turtle soup up here. You know, a lot of people took this trade. Price swept that high, displaces away, rebalances back up to this high, and then it displaces away. Again, another manipulation right here. Price swept all that out, started displacing away. Then guess what happens? We chop. What did the markets do at the very end before we started going lower and started dumping? Oh, it came back and it swept all of that out to the literal tick. Boom. Legit. Markets move with a purpose, and that purpose is liquidity. So if you understand where liquidity lies, you can avoid hitting SL. So if I was in the longs here, which I was, I genuinely had this marked out as the OO right here on the left. Like I could have legit targeted this 150 points, right? But who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's about walking away. So that's why I targeted up here and made my money and I walked away. How should I avoid it? Understand where liquidity lies. Okay, where would retail traders get stopped out? What is the worst place for people to enter in? Not always just because we performed an order block. An order block is just a nice reversal PD array. You know what I'm saying? It can even work in continuations. A lot of lows and highs after we sweep it, we make an order block, price disrespect, and we continue going higher. You know what I'm saying? It's all about lower time frame combined with higher time frame. On the lower time frame, this looks like a nice continuation, manipulation, SMT, displacement away. You enter longs, you make your money, and you get out before even 10 a.m. But on the higher time frame, this is legit. It's just a lower time frame move to continue for us to go lower. As you can see, total manipulation, price rebalances, sweeps out all this accumulation, and what happens after? We continue dumping. So lower time frame, it looks like displacement, but higher time frame, it's actually the manipulation to continue going lower. Same thing for here. We swept that low, okay? It might look really nice, but again, guess what happens? We swept all this accumulation just to go back down lower. So accumulation highs and lows. Clean prominent highs and lows. Yeah, clean prominent highs and lows. Think of it as like a force field. Price won't look to strongly take them out, but accumulation highs and lows, price will look to like immediately destroy. Like that's liquidity. Price loves going after that. Accumulation equals liquidity. Yep, liquidity lies within everything, guys. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much simple like that. So if you see accumulation in pre-market at 8:30, wait for 9:30 to manipulate, because 9:30 is gonna what? Seek and destroy. It's gonna look to take out all this accumulation from the pre-market, all this build up, before actually going in the right direction. All right. And if you're in with just that 9:30 manipulation, understanding what 9:30 is doing, you can literally be in and out, even if you get the buys for the entire day wrong. Even if you don't understand where we're going on the day, I promise you can still bank in macro from just understanding the objectives of 9:30. All right. So is it valid to think of it like this? Once clean slash prominent draws and highs and lows get swept, use accumulation lows and highs as targets and objectives for where price might want to go? Yes. Yes, 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 and Duca. You have to understand, we are re-manipulating because there's accumulation after that manipulation. All right? Price can manipulate, give you accumulation, resweep. Like, for example, right here. Even in Asia, right here. Nice displacement. Asia opens, we start accumulating. Okay? And then guess what happens? You resweep, and then we actually start moving. So when there's chop, expect price to resweep and re-manipulate. Alright, any questions before we get into trades? Because I know pay breakdown took a little bit. Alright. So for example, we see a busy city disrespect that, for example, entered at the end of the displacement candle, then we start to accumulate and price reversal. How can we avoid those trades? It's by reacting. If you see chop in your trade, get out of your trade. Don't wait for price to hit your SL. Okay? You can either hold your trade and like pray it hits your TP or your SL. Okay? Or you can get out and re-enter after price does whatever it does. It's all about reacting, bro. Yeah. So if there's chop during your trade, that's like long, like 5+ minutes chopping in your trade. Close your trade. Okay? Obviously, in some conditions, there's gonna be chop, but like it's situational. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just tell you to close your trade because there's chop and then your TP gets hit after you close your trade. All right? It's you react based on what the market is doing. Not always, not always, because sometimes even we might have chop upwards. You know, like a lot of days. Some days I remember you guys took longs. You guys all hit TP, but guess what? Price chopped up slowly. You know, it's situational. All right, you can't just like any of these stuff that I'm telling you guys. You can't just apply it every day, every single day of the markets. No, it applies within these market conditions where we were ranging inside. Okay, where internal manipulation can take you to internal targets, right? Remember that market conditions matter. What if we are in good conditions? Then you won't have chop. If you have good conditions, you won't have chop. Price will legit hit your TP. Yeah, if you believe the narrative is right, you hold it, you firm it. All right, let's get into trade recaps. Let's see. Since what I marked out was the session low, that's why I thought it would be good, even though I knew narrative was bearish. Sweep up that Civi disrespect towards the Civi. Yeah, valid. Valid, Shaggy. Nothing wrong about that. Got to the charts late, which is my fault. I saw it displaced through the low. I shorted 1-to-1 looking for a bearish continuation where I went wrong. Bad entry, no DRD or manipulation. We did not displace through the low. Exactly. I mean, you can say we did displace through it, like yeah, but like not as a strong displacement we want. But again, no DRD, no displacement rebalance displacement to confirm you're gonna go lower. All right. And SL was hit. So again, if you're late to the charts, you're not late. Legit market just opened. What are you late to? Late to catching 9:30 candle? I promise you, price will give you another entry. It will give you something better. Remember, 940 is legit a perfect time to just be patient. Wait, price has been giving us such clean 940 trades, like order block rebalances, and you guys can catch 75, 100 points. What do you call it? It was Wednesday, I think, where we had the order block trade. It was banking. But Jersey, yeah, clean. Nothing bad to say about this. Sweep, displacement, CB inverse. You enter, targeting these highs up here. Calm. Nothing wrong to say. Price didn't take out anything to reverse like this. Thought this move was my rebalance and then come back down to eternally manipulate or push lower. Could have waited for that mid to get disrespected. Would like thoughts, please. This week was garbage for me, but that's alright. Yeah. Here, I mean, you could say we had this internal manipulation right here to get disrespected. Would like thoughts, please. Alright. Longs, obviously we had longs and shorts both in the mix, so that's why you see chop right here. price rebalancing inside this bearish PD raise, price rebalancing inside the bullish PD raise. That's why you see chop in the middle of both. Okay, for here, avoid it. Wait for the one side to overtake the other. So if you see prices rebalancing into SIBI and a BISI, wait for the BISI or the SIBI to get disrespected before you're entering. All right. Obviously, we did read like short off the order block, but like in general overall. So SIBI, we rebalance. Okay, wait for the BISI to get inverse to confirm that we're gonna continue going lower, because price could still respect this BISI because it came from this manipulation and it gave us a strong reaction up. All right. So wait for the BISI to get inverse, and you were right on like this entire move up is a rebalance. It's just unfortunate shorts. L4, we're glad I did not trade today. Gotta learn from this. Yeah. Just Pat, talk to you about it, but like avoid longing at the very top. Just wait for price to take it out, especially since your SL was like 2 times your TP. So just wait for it to for that high ticket to take it out before you're looking for DRD. No trades for me, but was my analysis correct? Is there anything I could have done better? I believe this was the OTE for today, but I didn't like why, because price is bearish. We manipulate the external low, so we need to get internal at this low, and I can see how people took it from a minor scalp. Yes, there's DRD here, but we are very close to the high, so I'd rather see another DRD there to confirm we are going higher, but then that would just be too late for the move. No hesitations make sense. Yeah, this is perfect thought process, so nothing wrong with that. No trades for me, didn't really like it, although there was a couple possible entries. Yeah, that's fine. Wanted to work on holding like we talked about instead of getting out when I see one bearish candle, so I moved my stops to be inside. Was this valid to hold, or was there something I should have seen not to? Obviously, order block rebounds to it because of the manipulation, but glad that you still went break even at least, you know. So here you can understand we reacted off the order block. So next time you see like prices rejecting off an order block, all right, obviously situational, but some days that high would have gotten swept. But like since it's Friday, you're not really expecting price to really give you what you want. So overall, not a bad trade, but good. Order block respect, displacement lower. We then respected the Salmon City displacement. Through the BISI, I didn't take longs because I thought the manipulation was low-key weak. So I waited for some bearish structure to take it out. Perfect, Noor. Perfect. Yeah, cool. Salmon is the one to call today, dickhead. Overall, good shorts though. Loud. Good stuff, bro. Cooking. Where's the XFA, bro? You're always showing eval trades, and come on, bro. That's why you got put into an Indian VP edit. Yeah. Reason for the trade: coming into the day, I was bearish high time frame, but we were extremely overextended to the downside. Pre-market, we manip at high. Market open, we get a nice BISI's, nice BISI disrespect. I should have taken shorts. I hesitated. We then take the draw lower, start displacing back up. We create SIBI disrespect. I should have longed here. We then rebounds back into the BISI and displace off of it. I longed here, target 1-to-1 to the draw. Hesitated on 2 beautiful OTE setups. Tried taking BS on the third leg, which is way less probable. There should be no reason why I'm hitting entry triggers if it presents. I have to take the trade with no emotion, pure logic, just because I am on XFA does not mean I need to be waiting for extra confirmation. Manipulation, entry trigger with narrative, stop the entry. Again, around. You know your mistakes. Okay, I'm not gonna repeat myself. Just size down to 1 micro and start taking the entries, because you're getting really emotional when you get on the XFA. Like on the eval you were cooking, you were on a wing streak, as you easily passed the eval. But now on the XFA, you're shitting yourself. So size even lower, so like legit 1 micro and just take trades. Quick 1-to-1, didn't feel enough conviction to hold it to the high since it's low probable Friday, but entered right off that minute. CV disrespect. Very clean day and good TP. Glad that you TP'd up here. Good. Clean. Nothing wrong to say. Was able to follow my rules to rationally price, which is accumulating lower, no real manipulation during any of the overnight sessions, so we was waiting for manipulations. We broke out of the higher time frame chop. Now we can be confidently bearish. 9:30 we opened. Created bearish SFT. Price was displacing lower. Didn't enter because we were too low on the range. Price then rebalanced back into the order block. Immediately displaced away. Entry off the displacement, knowing that BISI won't hold. SO above the rebounds back into the order block. Targeting internal low, but didn't get filled, so I TP'd for more. Yeah. Very good. Got cooked first trade because I penetrated at inverse BISI, and I entered second. Entered second one after BISI respect and DRD. Yeah, penetrated. Okay. Stop loss above there and TP at that internal draw. Okay. Valid polo. Good second trade. First trade. Avoid it. Avoid that. Forward test nearly got cooked with the SL. I traded against the SFT due to narrative. Was this a dumb move? Not really, because we're bearish. SFT, this internal SFT is not really going to give you a reaction up, because look at it. It gave us a reaction, but you can see as a rebalance back up into the SIBI that displaced. So, and good TP as well. So, that's good. Forward test, watching candles print showed me that price didn't want to go lower. Could I have entered on the manipulation candle before displacement as a discretionary entry? I was very confident price was not about to go lower. No, you could not, because what if price continued manipulating lower, set the low, then reversed? Okay, you can't predict where manipulation will end, but you can react and see where the displacement will come in. Okay, so you can see manipulation, turtle soup, candle close like a doji. You can easily see that, okay, the next candle is going to start displacing up, and if it starts displacing up, there you go, that's your entry to enter. You know, that's the signature to enter. So it's good. Don't try to get an even earlier entry, Apollo, because you're just going to try to predict where the manipulation ending. Came into the day with bearish narrative because it was bearish. SMT didn't see the order block at first, but it was valid. Okay. Didn't take the early shorts because 932 to 935 setups haven't been too clean in my opinion. 936 was the 50 minute order block. Respected it. Waited for 945. Should have Ezra let displacement up. Targeted 0.5 of the CB to the left, but got a late entry waiting for confirmation, but wanted to target 30 points. This isn't valid because my targets should be based off price action. Only took a half loss because I realized the bullish sweep of the 50-minute EOL and order block bearish was a setup for rebounds before moving down. For the shorts, had bearish S&T, order block respect, enter displacement, stops above, target 30 points, wanted to be in and out, not over target. Careful to be green on the day and happy to see my read on prices getting better daily on the trade 2 days this week. Rough month, but it's not over in a month phase. I know what I'm capable of, finishing the month strong. Perfect, J. Lou. First trade, again, since it's so late and we're so close to the high, just avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Save yourself the hassle. Alright? Second trade, good. Always the first trade you get wrong, but like start waiting for the second trade, okay? Be more patient. I promise you the second trade will always bang for you. This trade was a forward test. I was looking at the DOL lower getting met, then price displacing to the outside from it. From there, we were in the CB with displacement. We then got a nice rebalance, and I forced it to trade. Glad this was favored, but these trades come into my live trading, and I need to cut them immediately. Punishment is being enforced for this as well. Again, perfect. You have the SFT, the manipulation marked out up here. Okay, you understand why price is bearish. Here, we sweep. You see the displacement. All right, you can see the sweep. You can enter on the displacement. You don't need to wait for too long. Right here, again, we didn't really even rebalance back inside the CB. We just rebalanced into the second candle right here. Alright, Samu, Bisi, or whatever you can call it that. But I prefer for us to rebalance inside this displacement candle, okay? That will tell me if we're going to continue going higher or are we going to continue going lower. So, prioritize the displacement candle that came after the manipulation instead of the next 2 weak candles. Alright? I'm doing good, bro. Alhamdulillah. How are you? We have no PDR ticket for this trade. I didn't look to the left. I was too tunnel vision on what was happening because we had perfect order block thick shorts. Yes, I did because I knew this was so garbage, so I just closed it early. One of my worst trades, and there's some stuff that I need to fix. This isn't even FOMO. I feel like this is technical because I didn't look to the left. Looking back, this trade was garbage because I knew it was so garbage. So instead I just closed it. I need to fix the problems because I'm tunnel visioned on what's happening, not really paying attention to where we came from. Again, here at the very top, like you can see price is slowing down and you're trying to predict the next displacement, bro. Stop it, John. Wait for price to take out the high, catch the DRD. Okay, stop trying to like do too much, bro. Be patient. Over that. Alright, can you explain what DRD is in simpler way and remind me where I can review it? You can review it in the right here. Where is it? In the lectures right here. He has it, but like you have to like watch the lectures in order to get to it. But overall, displacement, rebalance, displacement is for example, we have all these lows, right? Stacked lows, a bunch of lows, okay? Price finally displaces through the low, right? And you have this SIBI, this bearish candle, the gap inside of it, you could say, okay? Price is rebalancing back inside of it and displaces away, all right? You're not trying to enter at the rebalance, like for example, you're not trying to enter right here, trying to predict where the displacement is going to come. No, you're entering as we're displacing away again. So you're entering like, let's say right here. Boom. And your stop loss either above the displacement or above the rebalance, and you're targeting 1 to 1 whatnot, and like the next draw, and that's simple DRD. Don't mind the first entry, I accidentally opened it. Okay. Price manipulates, rebounces back. Displacement away. You enter on it. Do TP at the very low right here. At the CE of this order block. Yeah. Valid forward test. I enter because we have Turtle Soup plus SFT, Civvy Disrespect. I targeted 30 points. Wait, what the hell? Oh. Geeked. I'm geeked. We're fried. Okay. Remember when I told you that I crashed out last week and this week I stuck to my rules and I'm getting close to the payout? Good, bro. I'm proud of you. Again, don't think of the payout. Just continue trading, bro. Because look, over here, you're not thinking about the payout. Any of these days, you're not thinking about payout. You're just thinking about taking good, proper trades. So continue thinking like that, bro. And I promise you, you'll see success, not just payouts. Don't always try to force a 2K buffer on call. A good payout, even if it's like a 1.5K payout, it will really take a lot of stress off your shoulders and it will help you trading better. A 1.5K payout is good because you have 1.5K payout like a buffer, so you can still like make money. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm on my job. Did I get notification? No, bro, you're good. Don't even apologize, bro. Longs up here, you're trying to target that high all the way up. Again, we know why price reversed off here, but once you see this weak reaction, price is slowing down, close your trade. Overall, you did have a good trade though. Rebalance back inside the fair value gap from the displacement candle perfectly, and you took it up there. Yeah, it was a good long, but you should have closed it up there, or at least at this internal draw. You know, since it is Friday. Yeah, it's the same trade. Market trading very low and 1040 macro waiting to see how price would react to the lower draws. The price then Turtle Soup to lows, followed by strong displacement, targeting the next internal high for 40 points. Turtle Soup, displacement, next internal high, 40 points. Very clean, valid playmaker, good stuff, bro. Do me, order black rebalance, displacement. Yeah, catch that displacement candle as it was displacing down, targeting this internal draw. Very good, very valid, do me. Oh yeah, I went over that. Over there. Wait, resend that trade. I want to see it. Send what? No trade today? Yeah, valid Akeem. Struggling on evals but doing well on XFA. I think maybe Ego, what do you think? Or maybe trying to rush evals. Definitely slow down on the evals, bro. Because how are you doing good and you're struggling on evals? I mean, how are you doing good on XFAs if you're struggling on evals? You would even be on the XFA if you're struggling on evals. Nah, this is fake. Loud. Don't actually son I make it 6-7. Okay. Yeah, triple E. Clean. He could have held it for the whole day, but he didn't because he's a puss. Bet Duca, see you, bro. God willing, bro. God willing, just put in the work, you will see it. Was this valid if I didn't target the full draw? 100% E. You actually got out at the perfect time, because price would have reversed. Bet, bro. See you, spin. Stay safe, G. How much ideally points we should target to be consistently profitable days like this? 30 to 50 points you can easily get in markets like this. If you're in with a mini, you can easily get that. You can easily get 600 to 1,000 with one mini, depending on where you enter. Obviously, some time and experience required for like to size up for a mini, but 6 to 8 micros is perfect. 30 to 50 points. Bet, bro. Don't trip about that. Yeah, it's backwards. Like I'm already down 1K on eval. What risk do you recommend? How are you down 1K on eval? Set lockouts, $500 and risk 5 to 6 micros. Yeah, 5 micros. 5 micros, which is $500 if you hit SL for 50 points. This is the trade Shaggy. Yeah, total manipulation, displacement. Yeah, it works, but like the manipulation wasn't as good. If we like turtle swoop this slow and then we seen this displacement, would have been nice. But the way, like the fact that price dug in deeper is just it's iffy. I'm up 1K on eval off 2 days. What do you think? I should stay on 8 micros or do 6? Like off of what? Off 2 days. Stay on 8 micros. Yeah, it was a session low, so that's why I took it. I usually wait for, yeah, and it's valid. It works. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I'll be honest. Any other questions, guys? Close this. Like that, bro. Regarding the dump at market open, follow the big deep below the lows. Do you see price just rebounds into the range most of the time and not hitting the upper draws like today? Yeah. For days like Friday, usually like Friday or Thursday, or where we make high the week or low the week, you'll see price just continue. Like you won't see price coming back up to Asia highs or like London highs. You know, think of it as like protected highs. Price won't ever look to go near it. It won't even like rebalance deep into it. It will legit just take out a piece of accumulation, continue going lower, chop around, maybe dump lower, go back up, sweep that, and then continue going lower. Look at the days where price makes high of the week and low of the week in like Friday or Thursday, and we just continue. You could see price will legit just internal sweep, internal like manipulation, either turtle super SMC, then continue going in the direction of the week. Bet, bro. Bet that. Thank you for the call. I'm gonna go pray and then I'm gonna probably watch a picture stuff. Alright, bro. Enjoy your weekend. Alright, boys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, adapt to next month's price action before it's too late. Don't get dusted. Alright. And next month, I better see some payouts from you guys. Or improvement at least. But other than that, group call's over. You guys have a good one. And I love you, boys.